This was like a video I had wanted to make before, but I never did, which is kind of the power of an idea. So I think the thing I kind of think about is like the movie Inception, where they plant an idea in a guy's brain, and it's something so simple, and yet it like creates a huge change, huge rift in in reality. When they put that idea in his dream. Um, and I think in real life it's the same way. One idea can change so much, and in good ways, in bad ways. The way I was kind of thinking about it was how kind of like that analogy or like that story that like you can tell like I forget what it is, like a fish, like how to like walk or something like that, and like laugh at it because it can't walk, and it'll like live its whole life thinking that it's stupid, or fuck, like I didn't say that right. It's like something like that. But the point being that like a person can think that they're different in a bad way, and they can that fucking idea can fuck them up for a long time, like for the rest of their life. And same, a person can think, have a fixed mindset instead of growth mindset. Like if they have that inherent idea that I can never make more than $100,000 a year or something, and then they live with that for the rest of their lives. Or you have some obligation to society or to education or to your family or to any of these kind of institutions. Um, if you feel that, then that the idea can kind of fuck you up. And yeah, I guess ideas can be powerful in a positive way and a negative way. I think another example of this is like the placebo effect. So like people can believe that something like works and it's a placebo, meaning that there's not really anything that's working there at all, and the only thing is in here. It's in the idea, But they think that, oh, like I'm guaranteed this because of the idea in their head, or that things will work out or whatever, and they do crazy things. They do things that aren't possible or shouldn't be possible, or are very extremely difficult, or are very challenging or counterintuitive, or um, I don't know, just different in any of these ways, and they go and do it, and it's the placebo that's like helping them, which is the placebo is nothing. So what's helping them is that the idea in their head, the idea that, oh, this sugar pill, which doesn't do anything, but they think it does something. This sugar pill will make them stronger, will make them smarter, will make them have this benefit or that benefit, and like it works even on the inside, and on the inside of the body it works. So what's going on? Like it signifies the power of the mind over the body, signifies the power of an idea, and like how just with our brains and what we have in here, like there's a lot of things that we can do. It signifies that belief is powerful, that like I don't know, a lot of like mental faculties are powerful, things we use our mind for. And yeah, I don't know, ideas are powerful both positively and negatively. Maybe the reality that you have formed today is based on ideas that you've gotten from others, from things you've read, things you've heard, other things other people have told you, and it's what you choose to take in or believe or not. It's the ideas that you choose to accept or you choose to reject, you choose to subscribe to, or you choose to kind of not agree with or deny. um, Things that are invented too. Everything comes from an idea. Every invention began in here, began in someone saying, this is how things are. Could be better, could be changed, could be shifted, could be altered. There's like another way, a better way, and everything began like that. Someone had a brilliant idea and wanted to rebel and upset the established order, create chaos, and kind of look at what's like made and shift it, fix it, tweak it, and make something new, make something better. And they did that. So mm, everything that is made in our world is from an idea, you know, all from like the simplest tools too. It was idea and then execution. But that idea and that going against the grain and going against what's already established, all of that was kind of required and kind of needed. Um, so something valuable that we can do is expose ourselves to more ideas, to more new ideas. Um, the purpose of, so we can read books and take in content, and that's one way of gathering ideas and getting these new ideas and new perspectives. So that's something we can do. You can seek perspectives of others because they can see things that you can't, and the value in that is that other people are, I mean, they're alive, and like they're sentient beings, so they can look at your situation as a third person. They can look at it as like a outside person, and they can actually give advice and give feedback and criticisms that you can never do yourself. No matter how many books you read, like they can deliver that wisdom or that knowledge or that just insights. You know, their criticisms. They can provide that, provided that you're open-minded enough and willing to accept reality and willing to accept what they have to say and go to them in the first place. But then, yeah, if you're open-minded and if they're open-minded, or willing to help and stuff, and you can get a lot from other people. So you got ideas from other people, and can get it from like books and things you read and take in and stuff. But then the other way, yeah, is from other people and the perspectives you get from them, because if they're telling you things or suggesting things or criticizing things, it's extremely important. Criticizing things, like Ray Dalio said, you find the smartest people who disagree with you, you know, and you find out what their opposite and conflicting views and opinions are, and what the rationale they use to come up with those beliefs and opinions and viewpoints. And suddenly you have something that's very profound and very beautiful, you know, because it's an alternate way of seeing things that you hadn't considered. And then like what he does, and it's so genius, is that they look at it from all the different perspectives, and then they get closer to what real true reality is, you know, and they get closer to the true truth, not what one person thinks, not what another person thinks, but something that's kind of like a child of all of them, you know, where it's like just the right answer, and it's with all of their different perspectives they come closer to finding the truth. Maybe one guy was right, maybe another guy was right, maybe none of them were right, and like the answer is something else, you know. But then that way they can figure out realities, understand realities that otherwise could never be understood, otherwise they could never come up with. Ray Dalio is a genius, and he says I'm an idiot, and it's true, because you're one man, and any person is just one man, can't do much, and you need those other perspectives. um, those are all kind of ideas that you get from the different perspectives too. So you get ideas from other people, you get it from books and content, and then I guess when you have those ideas, then it's about implementation and action, and things are created, things are made by going and doing it in the real world, going and doing things with those ideas that you have. So some people are doing things, but they don't have ideas, and some people have ideas, but they're not doing anything. And it's like both that you need, you know. You There are a lot of people that work, they do good work for other people, they have good jobs and serve other people well, they have noble professions, but they don't think, or they're not exposed to new ideas. And so maybe they're not doing as much as they can, because they're not growing in that way, they're not getting those ideas. And similarly, there are people that have all these great ideas, are always like learning and studying, exploring and gaining new wisdom, new knowledge, new experience, and they're not acting, they're not doing anything with it, they're not building anything, they're not creating anything, they're not serving humanity in any way, serving other people in any way, they're not sharing what they know with others, or building, creating value in a marketplace, providing value to other people. They're not doing any of that, you know, or not doing it in the scale they could. So I guess with ideas comes action, and like the two have to come together, and many people have one and not the other. You know, they have action, not ideas, or they have ideas and not action. Um, yeah. So, just to wrap up, I think the most important thing is that ideas are powerful, extremely powerful, and one idea can change your reality, can change your world, can change how you've seen everything up to date, everything to this point. Ideas can bring you closer to seeing a perspective, and a perspective is a different way of seeing reality, different way of seeing things, a different angle that you had never seen things from before, um, that you hadn't considered or just looked at things from, you know. And most people can't be that, how Ray Dalio says, like, radically honest and radically truthful and radically transparent, and be able to embrace and see reality for what it is, because it's painful. You know, it's like holding a mirror to your face, and you see what's really there, what's truly there. You see what reality for what it is, and that can be dangerous. It can be painful. It can be very scary, but the people that can stomach that and go and do it, and then after that have the action and have the ideas, they can do something very powerful. You know, they can do many things, and they can fulfill life's purpose, which is kind of serving humanity, or furthering the light of human consciousness, which is, I believe, is kind of the purpose of people, you know, to survive and to further the light of consciousness. So it's something to consider, and ideas are important, are powerful, and they shape our reality. They go together with actions. You need one, and you need kind of both. You can't have one without the other, or you don't want to have just one. You want to have both, and get the ideas from other people, from their perspectives, and how they criticize your current situations, and get it from what you read and the content you take into.